Hello, welcome everybody to this 35-minute beginner's level Pilates class that you can do at home that's working the full body. If this is your first time ever trying Pilates, thank you so much for joining us. This video is going to be perfect for you. Likewise, if you're someone returning to Pilates and just wants to go back to the basics, this will also serve you well. So come and stand upright to begin with. I want you to imagine a piece of string on either side of your shoulders, just gently pulling you out wider to set the correct shoulder position. We're going to have our head and neck up tall, ribs slightly tucked in, and let's now find the neutral spine. So if you pop your hands on your hips, soften your knees, I want you to tilt your pelvis underneath as if you're tucking a tail between your legs, and then poke it the other way as if your tail is poking up to the ceiling. We're going to do this a few times, and then when you're ready, I want you to settle into the midpoint of those two positions. That's your neutral spine, and that's the position that we're going to be starting all of our movements from today because it's where your spine is strongest. Once you've done that, just take a moment to feel that position, your pelvis neutral, your shoulders wide and your neck tall. Then bring your hands onto the front of your torso or onto your rib cage. Take a breath in and really send the air all the way down to the bottom of your lungs and feel your rib cage expand. And as you breathe out, feel your rib cage deflate back down again. And just take a few breaths here, in and out. In and out, and relax there. We're just going to start to get the body moving with a few basic squats. So what I want you to do is push your hips back, squat down just as far as is comfortable for you, and send your arms up, and then press through your legs to return back up. Let's breathe in as we squat down and breathe out as you come up. Think about, like I said, pushing your hips back. You don't need to keep your spine upright. Your spine will lean forward as if you're going to sit on a chair. Breathe in as you go down and out as you push up. Slightly draw your abdominals in. Breathe in as you go down and out as you come up. Last one. Well done. Okay, from here we're going to go into a few roll downs, which is a mobility exercise. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your chin to your chest. Slowly round through the upper back, leaning forward, reaching down towards the floor as far as you can. Keep your knees soft. Take a breath in at the bottom, and as you breathe out, let's roll up, but draw in your abdominal muscles, peel your spine back up, and the last thing that comes back up, stacked up tall, is your head. Remember those pieces of string on the top of your head and the outside of your shoulders. And again, breathing out, tuck the chin in, slowly roll down. With each one of these, we're going to see if we can reach a little bit further towards the floor. Breathe in at the bottom, and breathing out, roll yourself back up to standing and reset your posture. Let's go through a few more of these at your own pace, rolling down. Just gently loosening up your back and the backs of your legs. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out to roll up. Fantastic. Reset the spine. This is our last one. Let's slowly roll down. Now this time when you get to the bottom of your roll down, we're just going to bend the knees, place the hands on the floor, and come down onto your hands and knees along your mat. Now we're going to start our strength work, focusing on the glutes first, which are your bottom muscles. So come down onto your forearms, and when you're ready, slowly straighten out your left leg along the floor. Once you've got that, As you breathe out, lift that straight left leg up towards the ceiling, and as you breathe in, lower it down and tap it on the floor. Breathe out, lift the leg as high as you can, breathe in, lower. So your posture here should remain neutral, so your body is not moving. Don't allow your back to shift around or extend as you lift that leg. The movement comes from your glutes. Fantastic. Breathe out, lift. Good. Now we're going to turn this into a circle rather than a lift and lower. So let's circle that leg out to the side, round and down and up. And again, I want you to try and make a fairly big circle, but without any movement in your spine. So you should be able to feel your left glute working, but also a little bit of core work just to keep everything stable. And let's now change the direction of the circle. Just breathe normally. Keep working through that glute. Fantastic. This is your last one. Once you're finished, keep that leg up in line with your body and now bend your knee to 90 degrees. Let's just push things a little bit harder by adding in some pulses. So keeping that leg high, let's pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest your leg down and relax. Just sit back into any position that's comfortable for you. I'm choosing a child's pose. Okay, well done. Coming up onto your hands and knees, we're just going to go through a little bit of upper body work before we repeat the other side. So this is a push-up type movement. I want you to bend your elbows back, lower your chest and head towards the floor. As you breathe out, press back up until your arms are straight. Breathe in, lower down towards the floor, and breathe out, push up. Try to keep your elbows fairly tucked in towards your sides, just so they're not flaring out really wide. And you should be able to feel the backs of your arms working, which are your triceps and your shoulders. Now every time you push up straight, I want you to lift one straight arm right up by your ear and stretch it forward. Let's go. Lift the arm, lower it down, go down into your push-up, straighten the arms and lift the other arm right up as high as you can. What that movement is going to do is get a little bit more work into your shoulder blade muscles, which are really important for your posture. And that's one of the things Pilates is trying to address, is strengthening the muscles in your body, mobilizing your joints to improve your posture. You're doing really, really well. And rest there. Excellent, well done. Just take a few moments breathing. Just let your body recover. Excellent. Come on down onto your forearms again. So we're repeating our leg sequence with the right leg this time. When you're ready, slide your right leg out straight along the floor. Now keeping it straight, lift as high as you can and lower, tap the floor. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Take your time. Keep that leg completely straight. And remember that muscle work is mostly coming from your glute and hamstring. So your bum and the back of your leg. Your abdominals are just working in the background to keep your body still. Let's transition this into our 4 circles in each direction. Take your leg out to the side, around and down, up and repeat. And changing direction, drop the leg down, sweep it out to the side, around and up. 3, 2, 1 more, 1. Now keep that leg lifted, bend the knee to 90 degrees. Let's pulse for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Great job. And again, just rest into any position that's comfortable. Take a few moments breath. And then when you're ready, come and lie down onto your front now, so we can switch our attention to the muscles along your back. But first, let's just mobilize the spine a little bit into extension. Placing your hands slightly in front of your shoulders, lift up your chest and push through your arms until your chest is shining forward into this cobra stretch. And slowly lower down. Just 2 more of these stretches. And just be gentle with your back. If you feel this is too much on your back, then just prop up onto your forearms rather than pushing up onto your hands. Brilliant. Last one. Lowering back down onto the floor. Now separate your hands slightly so that your arms are out from your shoulders and your elbows are bent to 90 degrees. We're going to be attempting to lift both arms, both legs and the chest off the floor like this. So when you're ready, as you breathe out, can you lift everything up off the floor? And as you breathe in, relax down. Now if you find that this movement is a little bit too much load on your back muscles to start with, then you don't need to add in the legs as well. You could just work on lifting the arms and the chest first of all. Please go gentle with your body, especially if this is your first class. Fantastic. We're breathing out as we lift. We're working those muscles on the back line of your body. The muscles that go down either side of your spine and through the backs of the legs. Fantastic, and take a rest there. Well done. Now we're going to turn over onto the back now. So we've just worked our body into extension, which is that arching of the spine. Now we're going to work the muscles on the front of your body that control your flexion, which is the rounding of the spine. Now we're going to start off on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And let's start with a few pelvic tilts. Place your hands onto your lower abdominals or the front of your hips. We did these standing up at the start. Can you tilt your pelvis underneath? So that means tucking your tailbone between your legs. And then rolling your pelvis forward so your imaginary tail pokes up behind you. Rocking back and forwards. And just settling in the middle. Taking your arms out like a T shape, can you rock your knees over to one side and twist your head to the opposite side? And return back to the middle. Then over to the other side. You should feel a lovely twisting stretch through your back. Just go as far as is comfortable, and let's just repeat that once more on each side. it's great to take a moment to stretch. When your knees come back to the center, you want to get that neutral spine again, and then place your hands underneath your head. We're going to start working the abdominal muscles now with some of our little abdominal curls. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, I want you to curl up your head, neck and shoulders and look towards your legs. Think about drawing in your lower belly muscles down into your back and curl down. Breathe out as you curl up. Breathe in as you curl down. Let's really try and draw the abdominals down and in. And draw your ribs down to your hips when you're curling up. Breathe out as you curl up. Draw in your abdominals. Breathe in as you curl down. Fantastic. Making sure that your lower back is not arching away from the floor as you're doing this. Lift your right leg up to tabletop, which is just simply a 90-degree bend at the knee. And as you breathe out, curl up and stretch that right leg towards the wall in front of you, and as you curl down, bend it in. Breathe out as you curl up, breathe in as you curl down. Now make sure that your back is not arching away from the floor when you extend that leg. So the way that you control your back is by drawing in your abdominal muscles to get that correct activation. Now this time we're going to slightly add on a little bit more difficulty by adding on a twist from our upper body. So as you curl up and straighten the right leg, twist towards your left leg and down. Breathe out, curl up, right elbow goes towards the left leg and curl down as you breathe in. Now what we're doing here is getting more abdominal activation from the side of your core muscles, which are called your obliques, and they're really important for the strength around the spine. Breathe out, curl up and twist towards that left leg. Breathe in, curl down. And then simply lift your left leg up to tabletop without arching your lower back. Draw down the abdominal muscles. Lower your right leg onto the floor, and let's start again. So as you breathe out, curl up straight in the middle and straighten that left leg to the wall in front of you. Breathe out as you curl up. Draw down those lower abdominal muscles. Breathe in as you curl down and your leg comes back to tabletop. Now please take rests anytime you want to, especially if you feel that your lower back is getting sore at any point. Just take a rest. Now if possible, let's add that oblique twist now. So as we curl up, we twist towards the right leg. Draw in the right side of your body. Breathing out as you curl up. Twist to the right, breathing in as you curl down. Okay, last two. Last one. Well done, and relax. This time, lower your arms just down by your sides, reset your neutral spine. Remember, really draw down your abdominal muscles so that your back is not arching away from the floor. And this time lift one leg up to tabletop, followed by the other leg. As you breathe out, keep your knees bent and lower one foot down to tap your toe on the floor. Breathe in as you lift it back up. Breathe out as the other leg goes. The further away from your body you tap your foot on the floor, it will get harder and harder. Bear in mind, you really want to make sure that your lower back stays neutral. Even if you can only lower your foot halfway to the floor, keeping your back neutral, that's absolutely fine. You're just starting out. The most important thing is keeping your back safe and keeping the right quality of movement versus how far or how many you go. You're doing really well. Breathing out as the leg goes down, breathing in as it comes up, drawing down those abdominals. Take a rest. Well done. Okay, now either you have the option to repeat that same exercise, or if you would like one more progression, take your arms up to the ceiling, lift your legs up to tabletop, and as your right leg lowers, your left arm stretches back towards the floor. Breathe in as it all comes into the middle, breathe out as the other side goes. So it's the diagonally opposite arm to leg. Fantastic. Right arm, left leg, and then left arm, right leg. Really good. Keep focusing on the quality, the muscle activation, and the breathing. Breathe out as you go down towards the floor. Breathe in as everything comes back with a stable lower back, and you take rests when you need to. Last one, everyone. Fantastic. Rest those legs down, rest your arms down by your side, and let's let the body recover for a moment with some of those pelvic tilts again. Just rocking your pelvis forward and back. Brilliant. Replace your hands underneath your head. Our next exercise, going back to our oblique work, we're going to start off by twisting our body over to the right and lifting your right leg up to tabletop. Come into that position. Now, holding our body still, let's try and swap our legs 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest everything down. Well done. Curl over to the left, lift the left leg, draw in your left side of your waist, and swap the legs. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Next time, if you feel you could do more, let's try 6. Curl to the right and swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down. Over to the left, lift that left leg and swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down. Now let's try one more round with 8. Of course, you can stop earlier if you need to. To the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. Really good work in the obliques. Last one to the left. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And take that well-earned rest. Now moving back to our glute muscles to give our core muscles a little bit of a rest. I want you to relax your arms down by your side, draw in your abdominals, tuck your imaginary tail underneath, squeeze your glutes and press your hips up towards the ceiling. This is called a bridge. Take a breath in at the top, and as you breathe out, slowly roll your spine back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Take a breath in at the bottom. Breathe out, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your bottom muscles, lift up to your bridge, and slowly roll it back down again. And again, squeeze your bottom muscles. If you imagine like your spine is a nice long necklace of beads, you're trying to pick up 1 bead at a time rather than the whole necklace at once. So really keep it slow. Try to articulate that spinal movement piece by piece. Now the next time you roll up to your bridge, hold it up there, lift your arms right up by your ears and place them down on the floor. Then keep them on the floor whilst you roll down 1 bead at a time, your tailbone finishing. Then place your hands back down by your hips. Tucking the hips underneath, rolling the hips up, and then lift those arms right up by the ears. That creates a nice stretch on the spine while we slowly roll it back down, and then replace the arms back down where they started. You've got last one like this. Fantastic. Replacing back down onto the floor. Now keeping your arms down, let's press the hips up towards the ceiling again. When you're ready, I want you to lower your hips halfway down and pulse them up. Squeeze the glutes. Pulse, that's it. Squeeze the glutes up towards the ceiling. Good, glutes really firing now for 6 more. 5, 4, 3, you can do it. 2, and 1. And slowly roll your body down and take a good rest. Well done. Turn onto your right side and prop yourself up so your hand is outstretched from your right shoulder. Your knees are bent with your feet behind you. We're going to be pressing up into a short side plank and really lifting those hips up. So when you're ready, lift your hips up, push them forward so you create a straight diagonal line with your body, and lower down. Now if you feel comfortable, as you push up, stretch that left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in as you lower down. Breathe out as you push up. Fantastic. We're trying to integrate more muscle groups in the body together now. So your shoulder, the side of your back, the side of your waist, and the side of your hip. Well done. You're doing so well. And this is the fantastic thing about Pilates. You can work muscles individually, but ultimately you're trying to coordinate all of the strength together for a really functional movement. Okay, now lying down onto your right side, your knees are still bent. Tuck your hips underneath. Can you open that top knee up to the ceiling, keeping your feet together? And lower it down. This is called a clam exercise. You're going to see this quite a lot in Pilates classes. And you're trying to work the side of your top glute. So in this side, it's our left glute. Now, if you would like to work a little bit harder, what you can try is opening your top knee, then stretching your leg away, then bring the feet back together and then lower the knee. Open your knee, stretch the leg away, heels come back together, lower the knee down. If you find that that leg extension is a little bit too much for your hip at the moment, feel free just to stick with what we were doing before, just opening and closing the knee. So here's our last 2. And last one. And take a rest. Well done. Turn over onto your other side now. So we're going back to our side plank exercise. Your left hand is on the floor, slightly out from your shoulder. Your knees are bent, feet are behind you. Just start off with a little test one with your hand on your hip, pressing up to that side plank, lifting your hips up and pushing your hips forward, and rest. Well done. So lift the arm up with this if you can. Let's breathe out as you push away from the floor, strong. Breathe in as you rest in towards the floor. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, go down. And really think about your body working as one coordinated unit now. The strength from that left arm, left side of your torso, left hip and left leg to push you away from the floor. You're so strong. You're stronger than you think you are. Let's lie down onto your left side now, knees bent. Let's start our clams. As you breathe out, just open your right knee up towards the ceiling, keeping your feet together. Breathing in, lower down. Squeeze your glutes, slightly tuck your hips underneath here. Fantastic. And for anybody who would like to add in that extension again, you open your top knee, extend your top leg out, bring your feet back together and lower the knee down. Really lovely. Let's try 4 more to finish. 1, 2, 3, last one, 4, well done. Take a good rest and let's focus now on a little bit of a cool down just to stretch out our body. So come on up to sitting, sit with your legs around to the right of you with your knees bent and your left hand out from your body on the floor. Lower your left elbow onto the floor as you stretch your right arm up and over towards your ear. Slowly come on back up and see if you can now bring your left arm up and over as you lean towards your right. And again, left forearm down, send your right arm up and over. Fantastic. And over to the other side. Lovely. From here, send your legs around to the other side and let's repeat. Right hand goes down, forearm goes down, left arm up and over. Slowly returning back up. Right arm up by your ear. And one more. Relax your body into your stretch. Let's now turn onto the hands and knees with your hands quite a long way out in front of your shoulders. This is a lovely shoulder stretch. I want you to press your armpits down towards the floor, stick your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Just hold it there and breathe with me. In and out. Now coming up onto your toes in a crouch position, let's roll up to standing. Straighten your legs as far up as you can. And as you slowly roll back up, focus on finishing with that tall, upright, lifted posture. I'm so proud of you for doing this class with me today. Thank you so much. If you would like to see more content like this, do give me a like and leave a comment down below so I know to make more. And I can't wait to see you next time.